Another day, another Bronny video. I guess we might as well change the name to this channel to Bronny Be Great, but we gotta talk about what happened and what he did today. Oh yeah guys, real quick, before we get into this video, I try to do this once every couple of months to show my appreciation, but I'm gonna follow back every single person that goes and likes the tweet that I throw up on the screen right now. I don't even know what I'm gonna tweet yet, but I'm gonna tweet something, go show it some love, and I'm gonna show some love back. Let's continue on with this video. His team earlier today went up against a very solid team that has a great player known as Keontae George. I do believe they played a second game later today, but that doesn't matter because all everybody was talking about was Bronny's performance. We focused on this point a lot in the last video, but let me make this clear. Bronny and AAU is a different breed. AAU Bronny and Sierra Canyon Ronnie aren't even close. As good as he was today, he still wasn't that great, and it wasn't all sunshine and rainbows. Is that how that goes? I don't know, it's something like that. He made me extremely happy, and he was impressive not for the fact he put up a crazy stat line, but for the fact that he was more aggressive. He looked extremely confident out there, and that's what I'm looking for in his game. Wasn't settling for threes like he normally does, he was attacking the rim. He got blocked a couple of times, but that's going to happen. If you're a shooter, you're going to miss some shots, and you're going to airball some shots. And if you're a slasher, you're going to get blocked. It's going to happen. His passing ability, I never have to talk about it too much because it's always above average. I don't care what age group, 16, 17, 18-year-olds, maybe even college players. Bronny will always be one of the smartest players on the court. He has the IQ of LeBron, and he's just in high school. In his game today, he didn't have an official stat line that I saw released, but everyone said, and it looked like he scored 15 points. I've said this before, and I'm gonna say it again. I don't even care about his points. I don't care if he scores 15 or 25 points. That doesn't matter. What matters is that he needs to be more aggressive and shoot more shots. And it seems like every single game he does a little bit more of that. And if you watched the game or saw the highlights, I'm sure most of you watch them on Ball is Life or somewhere else. I gotta speak on this before we talk about Bronny some more. Team Strive for Greatness, they are loaded with talent. It's not just Bronny. And one player on their team that needs the ball more too is Jazeer Jackson. You hear the phrase and the quote, man amongst boys and man child, but he literally is. Nobody on that court can stop Jazeer. They should give him the ball a ton of more times, and if he got the ball the entire game, I'm not too sure if they can hold him under 40 or 50 points. He's not your typical and average big man who's not skilled, can't shoot, and he's clumsy. He's actually a very skilled big man. I can't believe nobody's talking about him, and he doesn't get enough credit, and I gotta say it. He has good footwork, and he has a decent shot. I've seen him shoot, but he knows his strengths. He knows nobody can hold him in the paint. I wish they would throw him the ball more so he could go one-on-one. They do sometimes, but not as much as they should, because they could literally abuse the mismatch the entire game. I get it and understand it. It's somewhat boring to watch, and in 2021, people don't want to play old school, but if it's working, why would you stop? They need to feed him while he's still in his age group, because when he gets to college, if he does decide to go, he's not going to be a man-child anymore. But for now, in the next couple of years, he is. If you've been keeping up with Ja for a minute now, you'll also know what I'm about to say. He's sort of slimmed up, and now he's kind of sneaky quick. He's not that slow, and I think he's going to be a force to reckon with for the years to come. Back on topic with Bronny though, he did drop 15 points, but it was the way he did it. Hit a couple of contested layups, hit a 3-ball, and he had a few points from the free throw line, so it all added up. He also hit the clutch free throws to ice the game completely. Originally, I thought this would be a controversial statement, but it's not. If you watch any NBA players play, not college, but NBA players, Bronny has the exact same play style. He plays very similar to a pro, and his game in general reminds me of a pro player. And I know some of you may think that's too much, but hear me out. The main reason his game is similar to a pro player is because he lets the game come to him. He doesn't force anything right off the bat. Rarely and almost never takes a stupid or contested shot early in the game, and he looks to take over once he makes a couple. That may not seem like a big deal to some of you, but nowadays every kid on the team is trying to drop 40 points, and they're really only looking out for themselves, especially in AAU. He doesn't do that. and he very rarely does any crazy dribble moves that a lot of these players do. He's what I would like to call and describe as calm, cool, and collective. He's always under control, and he doesn't let the moment, no matter how big it is, get to him. What's even crazier and unreal about that is because he hears the haters and critics, and he knows they want him to do more, but he still doesn't change the way he plays. Just because there's people out there, like me, wanting Bronny to drop 25 and 30 points, he's still not going to listen to him. He knows his game, he knows his strengths, and he doesn't change it, and I respect that. But however, the problem with that, and with all that good stuff being said, that is what leads us into his biggest negative about his game. He is all those things I just said, and he's always under control, and he doesn't force anything. But sometimes he gets lost in the game because he's not doing too much and he's not aggressive. It's hard. It really is hard to find the balance in between being under control and being aggressive and not forcing things, but he's learning it and he's got a lot of time. Once again, I don't care about the points. I don't care if he scores 30 points. I want to see him be more aggressive, and I can't emphasize that enough because we all feel the same way. I don't want him to get discouraged if he makes a turnover or drives in and gets blocked. Go do it again, and he did that today. And last but not least, I do want to touch on this because this also goes in with what we were just talking about. Ever since he's been playing basketball, and probably until the day he dies, he will always be one of the most efficient players on the court. Bronny is one of the only guys who can give you 15 points on 6 shots or 7 shots. He's not a guy that's going to go out there and score 30 points but shoot 22 or 23 times. He's not that player. But at the same time, he is a guy who can give you 30 points on 15 or maybe even 10 shots. Overall, today was another good day for him, and it was a step in the right direction. I love to see it. I really do. I know some of you think I hate on Bronny, but hey, I just keep it real. If he plays bad, I'm not going to lie to you and say he played good. But if he plays good, I'm going to give credit where credit is due, and I've always been that way on this channel. I don't sugarcoat things when they ain't sweet, so just know that I keep it 100. But with all that being said, that's going to wrap up this video. Let me know your thoughts on Bronny's performance today in the comment section. And yeah, man, with all that being said, that's going to wrap up the video. Let's be great. I'm out, y'all. Peace.